Hello, my starlings. Oh, I wanted to say that so much since yesterday. Hello. How's everybody doing? Oh my god, we got 3 memberships already. Oh, now you can hear the memberships now. Membership sounds. Yeah, I got that set up because I had to disable them yesterday for the debut because there was so much traffic, and I'm really glad I did because I didn't want to like disturb anyone's set. So yeah, I have that off. But for now, for the 3 people that just joined membership just now, Classified, Limeopolis, and Zero, thank you membership, all 3 of you. Audio has fruity delay. You can hear my audio? Or am I being doubled? Oh, okay, wait. I will fix that. Oh, you had 2 streams. Bozo! Don't scare me like that. This is my 2nd stream on YouTube ever. I sound fine. Thank you, thank you. Alright. I guess we can just go right into it. I don't think I have anything to... Oh, actually, I do have something to discuss. So yesterday's debut went so well. And oh my god, we just got a super chat. Are you ready to hear the super chat sounds? Isn't that cute? Isn't that so cute? We'll be going over those as well. I forgot to mention that. The super chat sounds and the membership sound effect as well. Yeah, Senna de Silva, thank you super chat. So what was I saying? So yeah, the debut went so well. And I didn't expect so many people to be there. I was just like overwhelmed at the amount of support. Also, nothing went wrong during the debut. I was so scared that my internet would go out or my power would go out or like, I don't know, someone would start disturbing me. Oh, Lia Sakura, thank you membership. But yeah, nothing went wrong yesterday. I was so surprised. And it was just so overwhelmingly supportive. Like, you guys were so overwhelmingly supportive. And yeah, it was just a huge relief to finally get that stream out of the way, because I have been working on that for way too long. Yeah, I'm glad that everyone really liked it. That was the least scuffed debut I've seen from an indie VTuber. Really? I think it had some scuff to it, but I think that's the charm of an indie VTuber. There's gotta be some scuff in the debut. I'm glad you all really liked it. Those sets were so good. I like started my day off listening to all the sets. I think I listened to the whole thing twice. They're just so good. Like, I can't believe they're real. And I can't believe those are made for me. Like, for my debut. That's crazy. But yeah, for today's stream, we'll be going over all 4 of my BGMs. Obsidia Inc., thank you membership. I got it before the sound effect came in. Yeah, we'll be going over all 4 of the BGMs, as well as the super chat sounds and membership sounds. And then after we're done with everything, I will be reading super chats from the debut stream. all of which are going to the wonderful performers that helped me with my debut. Okay, so let me switch over to FL Studio now. Still getting used to OBS. Okay, we go here. Go. Okay, now it is silent, and this is awkward. But it's okay, because we're going over music stuff now. Alright, so we'll be starting with the now loading one. We'll just go in order. Yes, the debut is available as VOD. You can watch it right now. Actually, you can watch it after this stream ends. Please stay. Yeah, VOD is up. Feel free to listen to it. I added chapters to it so you can clearly see when each performer starts. Yeah. So this is the project file for the now loading. I hope volume's okay. Oh, thank you, membership. Shixie. Thank you. Yeah, this is a pretty big project file. Oh, no audio? No audio. Why? Wait, I tested this. Hold on. Oh, okay, there we go. Audio good now? Oh, Classified, thank you for the $10 super chat. I'm sorry I didn't make it to your debut stream. It's okay, don't worry about it. You can go watch the VOD, it's still safe. Audio good, thank you. Okay. Got it. Alright, seems to be working just fine, which is, again, very surprising. So yeah, we'll just start from the beginning, I guess. So I'll try my best to answer any sort of questions y'all have. But mostly we'll probably try to stay focused on the actual track breakdown. Yeah, let's start right before the A section. We got the Westminster Chimes melody. So this is a combination of piano as well as a bell sound that I made in Harmor. So yeah, we can go over this sound first. So how I made this sound, let's actually get rid of all the effects for now. Yeah, this is a really pretty sound, and I like to use it a lot. The most recent use I have for it is probably in Quantum. But yeah. Basically, all it is just a square wave. So you got a square wave by putting this knob all the way to the right side, and then prism all the way to the left on the X mode. I don't know what this is called, like multiplicative. So without prism, it sounds like it's just a square wave pluck. with a little bit of distortion. Very simple sound, and then you put Prism on it. And you got a very bell sounding sound. An FL breakdown one day after debut is literally so you. You know, the FL grind never stops, Kara. Alright, and then the effects I have on the sound are Fruity Stereo Enhancer. Fruity Stereo Enhancer. I just lessened the stereo separation just a tiny bit. And then this is like the main sort of effect is Sound Toys Crystallizer. This is one of my favorite effects ever. Basically, I put it on reverse and then set the splice setting to 1 quarter note. So it'll do like a reversed version of the sound after every quarter note. So it sounds like this. Yeah, super cool. And then there's a delay on the delay. So it's like being double delayed. Oh yeah, thing about Crystallizer, don't buy it right now, it's not on sale. It does go on sale for like $30. That's how much I got it for. I think the most recent sale was like the Christmas sale. I don't know when the next one will roll around, but just keep an eye out on their website. Maybe I'll talk about it on stream when it's available for cheap again. But yeah, don't buy it at full price. You can get it when it goes on sale. So, a very good tip for buying any sort of plugins, really. Just kind of do some research and see if there was a sale on it before. And then try and wait for the sale. Okay, and then the piano sound is just... I think it's got... Oh yeah, okay, it's routed into the same channel, so it's got the same sort of delay effects on it. But the main sort of defining characteristic of the sound is the lo-fi setting on Effector. So Effector is another plugin that I've been using a lot. And I love using the lo-fi setting on Closegran. Just make sure to leave it somewhere around the bottom left hand range. Otherwise it'll sound like way too distorted. Scary. You can also automate it, it's got some really cool effects. And then just a low cut on the EQ. I spent way too long talking about 4 simple notes. And then we have these effects. It's just I love doing this for like any sort of like house music because this is 128. So I like doing a reverse crash with a little gap on it and then a really, really, really long clap reverb tail. It's all the way maxed out. Having the really long clap just sort of makes everything transition together, and it also, like, when you sidechain it, it sounds really cool. And yeah, we'll move on to the A section now. I appreciate you talking more about the basic stuff. Oh, thank you. I will continue to talk about the basic stuff too. That's the mood for the whole song. Very true. That's sort of like how I started writing this song. Was I got those notes in, and then I was like, okay, I can make a song out of this. And then everything else just sort of fit in together. And yeah. A section time. Oh, hello, Assertive. Great to see you here. So this is just a simple Synthion chord stock. You'll be seeing a lot of this throughout any of my production streams, really. It's just a super saw and a saw bass. So simple, 2 synths, but it gets the job done. So I believe the saw bass is actually low passed. It sounds like this. But without the low pass, it normally sounds like this. Oh, the distortion has low pass too. Okay, never mind. There we go. And then the super saw sounds like this. Just lots of reverb and stuff on it, but it's just a normal Harmer super saw, unison on max with a little bit of harmonizer and bit crush distortion. Now it's got a little tiny delay, a little bit of reverb, as well as some weird EQ curve thingy. So the chord I use to start with is the F major chord. So we'll actually just talk in terms of C major because this is actually like in between C major and C sharp. So just to not complicate things, I'll do it in C major first. So yeah, I chose to start in F because F is sort of like the, I don't know, songs that start on the 4 chord to me is always sort of mysterious. Is it gonna be major? Is it gonna be minor? Like, you never know. A good example of a song that does start on the 4 chord is Shelter by Porter Robinson and Madeon. That's the sort of example I always think about. And it's kind of like a bittersweet starting chord. I like it a lot. So I wanted to keep this first section a little bit mysterious, so I went with that. And then drums, very simple, like a house kick, just low passed. Yeah, low passed, house kick. The main sort of driving factor in this A section is this like chop that I made. Yeah, I thought it sounded so cool. So normally, or like originally, I started off with just this sample. It's a Mame Dofu atmosphere sample that you can get for free on Mame Dofu's Bandcamp. I use it all the time as like track layers and stuff. But what I did was I just cut it up and rearrange some of the sounds, just like kind of like how I do with vocal chops. And I added some crazy effects on it. So let me pull up the effects. Okay, wait, actually the effects aren't doing anything. Oh yeah, okay, I had this at first and I was like, okay, this is too crazy. Yeah, I didn't like that too much, so I just took it off. It's got a bit of OTT. Oh yeah, and then the panning's going crazy, so I have an automation clip for that. That's the purple one right here. If it goes down, it goes to your left ear. If it goes right, it goes to your right ear. So let me turn off the delay. So yeah, really cool stuff. And then I got Soothe 2, which just sort of like does EQ work for me. Frequency shifter. Oh, right here. This little dip right here. Ew. It just like brings it down a little bit. And yeah, last but not least, we got delay. Of course, my beloved Fruity Delay 3. I really like using the ping pong setting. And with all the crazy panning going on, I just left the panning in the middle. So if you don't know what this panning knob does, is it takes the input signal and it just pans it left. And then what ping pong will do is every time it delays, switch it from left to right to left to right to left to right. But if you keep it in the middle, the left sounds will ping pong over to the right sound, over back to left, right, yeah. You got it. So yeah, this sort of thing goes on through the entire song. Yeah, that's just there. That delay doing a lot of work. I know, right? It's carrying that entire sound. So the next sound, okay, we have this thing again. It's just the piano, no bell this time, but an octave higher, maybe 2 octaves higher. And then this effect, I was really, really proud of this effect. This is so cool. Check this out. I was like, how can I make this sound like spacey? Because like I got the whole space aesthetic going. I was like, I need to make it sound spacey. So I was just experimenting with some sounds, and I came up with this thing. So basically, I'm using the prism knob again this time, and I have a really fast LFO going on it. And it's just like, like super fast. And then I'm like sort of, what am I doing? I'm modulating pitch, I'm modulating the panning, and yeah, I guess that's it. But yeah, and it ended up sounding very, very space-like. And yeah, I love it so much. I just like rendered out a wave version of it and I use it in like my current projects now. Just as like a normal downlifter. Yeah, squiggly sound, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Oh, will you be putting your BGMs on Spotify? In the future, yes. I still need to commission cover art. I've just been so busy that I haven't had the chance to. But yeah, it'll be up soon. I can't make any promises when, but hopefully by March. I'm gonna say by March. So yeah. Actually, let me clear my throat. One sec. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm still quite nervous. So I'm like, I don't know, having a little bit trouble speaking. Drink some water real quick. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's how we get there, and then I modulated the reverb, so it the wetness goes up while the dry comes down, and then the wet goes back down to kind of fade it all out. Yeah, and it works as a really nice downlifter for this section. Alright, next little sound effect right here. Oh, whoops, this needs to go down here. Oh, let me mute this, actually. This is just a little... Oh wait, let me pan it back to the middle. Somewhat. And let me just turn off the EQ for a bit. Oh, thank you, Superchats, Senna de Silva. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Let me move this closer to the middle so the name doesn't get cut off next time. Thank you. Yeah, so this is like a little random lead I made. Just a bunch of unison. Oh, actually it's got 2 layers. So the A layer sounds like this. Just a square wave with a little bit of unison depth, but turned up max for the voices. And then the B layer sounds like this. Very, very detuned saw wave. And together they sound like this. And again, we've got delay and reverb, the classic Synthion combo. And that's being slowly panned from right to left as it goes throughout these 2 bars. And it's also opening up in the EQ, so we'll just pull that up right here. So yeah, it's like a band pass. It's like a band pass that moves across while opening up, and then the what is it? High pass filter sort of catches up with everything and filters everything out. So yeah, and then end off that little phrase with a little missing kick right here. I don't actually know what the term is for this, but I just like to leave a kick out sometimes. And then along with the pitch bend in the bass right here. It ended up transitioning super, super nicely. And then, of course, you got the Synthion shooting star effect. It's just a normal harmony lead, again, in between saw wave. I know what waves are called. Saw wave and square wave. In between these 2. With a little bit of this big crush distortion and compression as well. And then it's being low passed in this one, but usually I don't low pass it. Normally it sounds like that. And that's got some heavy delay and reverb as well. And then here's the second half of the A section. This is when the hi-hats come in for the drums. So this is a little percussion sort of thing that I made, and I use it in a lot of my songs. it's just a little wind chime along with the ride cymbal. And it flows nicely towards the next section. So this is just a Vengeance house loop. I actually ended up not using this hi-hat right here. I think it's actually muted, yeah. Along with the ride cymbal, also muted. So I got this clap from, I think, Murtag pack. And it sounded very chill and nice, perfect for house. And yeah, what else comes in here? This is a downlifter that I reversed. It's actually just the uplifter, riser. So that goes on throughout there. What is this? Oh, okay, this is part of the weird spacey effect still. So this is like a little pluck lead thingy. And that's gonna be opening up throughout this section as well. So yeah, I love this lead a lot. Again, made in Harmer, just a... What is this? Saw wave with unison. So just the super saw and then turn the pluck knob all the way down. And then over here, the chords actually start to change. Sorry, I don't know why my throat is like keep closing up. But yeah, the chords actually start to change here. I was like, what kind of chord progression can I make while trying to keep it like a little bit consistent? So I had this F major chord. And then I just kept moving the bass lower and lower. And then reharmonizing the chords with that. Yeah. I can go over the chords more in depth if anyone wants, but I think their music theory might be a little bit too boring, and I might go too hard on the music theory. But yeah, I have those, and then this little sound effect that I didn't mean to play earlier. So I was actually listening to Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Si Do by Porter Robinson, and I was like, this song is so cute. Like, this would work so well as an intro song for a VTuber debut or VTuber intro song. And I was just like analyzing some of the sounds in there, and I found this one that like one little squeaky sound that sort of pans from right to left. And I was like, okay, I want to try and recreate that or like something similar to that. So this is like the closest I could come up with. Not too accurate or not too close to the original, honestly. If you can recognize it, then mission accomplished, but yeah. So this is just a really high-pitched sine wave with effector. And what I did, what I talked about before, about how you can manipulate the automation for the lo-fi setting. Just moving it a little bit like that gets a really, really cool sound out of it. So that's happening. I didn't want to make an LFO, so I just did it in gross beat. This works in a pinch. I don't really like using gross beat that much though. And then we got OTT, low cut, and reverb. So yeah, I guess that's it for that sound. And then we have the bells come in again. But this time it's on top of the D minor chord, so it sounds fresh and exciting. Reharmonization, baby. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let's play the whole thing together. Oh, I almost forgot. The chords also have that like band pass sort of thing where the low high pass, oh my god, I'm gonna get these confused all the time. Where the high pass catches up to the low pass. So I'm gonna pull up the EQ here. Watch these two filters interact. That's gonna start sweeping up while this is opening up. Gives it a really cool effect. And then we got a sub drop. I just used this one from the Hyper Potions pack. Banger set yesterday, by the way. I'm still thinking about all the sets. They're so good. Okay, and then last but not least, this thing is fading out a little bit. And then it comes back in for the drop. And yeah, I guess that's it. We'll talk about this fill now. So this is... So this is being filtered as well. So this is what the original fill sounds like. I use this all the time. Okay, it would help if there was no EQ on it. I especially love that little laser blip at the end. But yeah, I just took like the first part of it and then got the clap at the end. So altogether it sounds like this with the sub drop and then this sort of reverse crash thing as well. And then lastly, oh wait, okay, second to lastly, we have this little downlifter thing. And yeah, it just like, oh, actually it's not a downlifter, I reversed it again. So it's an uplifter, but it just like slowly fades in. Just for one bar. Now, actually, last but not least, we have this lead that ties everything together. So I called this Rainbow Road because it reminded me of the lead from Rainbow Road by Nana V, which is like one of my favorite songs growing up. And then I just sort of filtered that and then increased the delay. So the really cool part about this lead, pull it up here, is I actually automated the unison pitch thickness so it gets slightly, ever so slightly more detuned as the song keeps playing. So by the end it's like completely detuned. Well, it starts off like that. Kind of raises the intensity a little bit. And yeah, it advertise together all the way to the drop, which I have labeled here as B. So yeah, let me look at chat real quick. I've sort of been neglecting y'all. Yeah. That detune automation is very, very cool. Unison MIDI chord pack. No, I'm not making a chord pack. What pack is that from? I missed that comment, so I don't know which sound you are referring to. Is the stream going to be archived? Yes. I think I want to archive all of my streams, unless I have a really bad one, then I might unlist that one. But yeah, all of these will be available to rewatch. Oh, Trifect, hello! Great to see you here. I love seeing people navigating through FL Studio like it's second nature. I've used this program for like 7.5 years and probably spent like at least every other day in it. So yeah, it's pretty second nature to me. This software is called FL Studio 20. Loved your set yesterday, thank you. Okay. And now we will move on to the drop. So I think the drop has the least amount of stuff going on, honestly. So it's just the chord stock from before. Let me disable this for now. As well as this. So yeah, we'll talk about those chords. Actually, we'll talk about those chords right now. So I tried to keep this little theme of the 4 chord, the F major chord, pretty consistent throughout the chord progression. So what I did was, you know, that like very common chord progression of like anime music, it's like 4, 5, 3 minor, 6 minor. So I just did that, except I replaced the 6 minor with a 4 chord again. So it seems like it's on the 4 chord for a long time, which it is. And then the second time around, I gave it a little bit of an emotional twist. So I put the minor chord last instead. So this is like hopeful, and then the second part is like sad. And then it repeats itself. And then for this little fill, I just took this same chord progression. Oh my god, okay. Took the second chord progression again. So F, G, C, A minor. Except I was like, okay, F, G, and then A minor. I could probably put in this like little spicy diminished chord here. So that's where that came from. And then the second half is just the same. And yeah, that's it for the chords. We have this cool effect as well. It's just a violin sort of, or like strings section playing that really high G note. I find it really livens up any sort of like house song, or honestly sometimes even use it in hardcore. But it's like a pretty subtle effect that adds a lot of liveliness. I like using the 5th of whatever key I'm working in, so if I'm in C major, I'll use the G. it kind of feels like summery almost, which is like a really nice transition to, or really nice contrast from how this section sounds. It's sort of like dark and gloomy. Or not gloomy, but dark and mysterious. And then this one's like bright and cheerful. And then, of course, got pitch bends on all the chords at the end as well. Or at the end of every 2 bars. And crowd noise. Always gotta have crowd noise. Downlifter, except actually going down this time, not going up in reverse. So it's actually kind of cool. It like rises up and then goes back down with the same exact sample. So it kind of keeps it consistent. It's like a little bit of a swell with a gap in between. And yeah, I guess the last thing to mention. Oh, wait, before that, I should mention the drums, the kick that was being low passed earlier. Is now not low passed. And you can hear the little transient at the beginning. And then finally, the lead, probably the most exciting part. At first, I like just sort of randomly wrote this in because. Okay, wait, actually, I should show you guys what the original project sounded like. So that was like version 2. So version 1 was supposed to be very mellow. And then go into like halftime here. But I was like, I don't know, it's like too boring. So I decided to make just like a house drop for fun. Yes, there's arrangements in FLC. It's probably like the most useful feature that I use all the time. If I ever want to start different like versions within the same project file. Synthy drip, yeah, exactly. Maybe I took the Doremi influence like to the next level and I was like, that has a halftime section live edit. So yeah, I came up with a house drop and then just randomly wrote this lead. And it ended up being the melody for all of the BGMs. So yeah, this is gonna be 2 layers. This is the main layer, I believe. Okay, never mind. That is not the main layer. This is the main layer. So yeah, I like this sort of melody where it's very heavily reliant on the 1, 5, and 7. If any of my former students are watching, you know how much I love the 1, 5, and 7. And yeah, I just built a melody off of that, going up and then down the scale. And it still needed a little bit more, so I added these, what I call pedal notes. So a pedal tone is when a note just like stays for the same time, like consistently. Sort of like the strings over here, where it's just stuck on that G. So I did the same thing here, except gave it a little bit of a rhythm. Oh my god, everyone's finding out about arrangements. Yeah, this is old news, people. I think it came out with FL Studio 20. But yeah, so adding this extra note allowed me to give it some pitch bend across all of the notes. Exaggerated just to show you what it sounds like, but it's there very slightly. And yeah, that is happening. Oh, and then the actual lead itself, I didn't talk about that yet. So this is called Hypervelocity lead. It's the lead I use in my song called Hypervelocity. And the sort of key defining characteristic about it is it goes really fast from saw wave to square wave. So I did that with a envelope, actually, not an LFO. And I made this sort of weird shape by right-clicking here and then clicking wave. You can get lots of different shapes, if you didn't know this before, in your sort of automation curves. Yeah, just made it really fast. And it gives us sort of like a buzzy effect. Or not. Wait, why isn't it working? Oh, it's because this layer is also up. There you go. So it has that like gritty buzziness to it, which sounds super cool. And then when you turn it off, it's just a normal square wave. And then going over to this layer, again, I like adding a really, really detuned layer on top of it. So this is just a very detuned super saw. And then added bit crush distortion and compression. I'm sure you can see a common theme across a lot of my leads. So it all comes together like that. And then added a bit of harmony. So this is just the same as that pushy Synthion shooting star lead that I talked about earlier. Except a little bit closer to the square side this time. And it harmonizes nicely with the hypervelocity lead. Yeah, so I like using two different kinds of leads whenever I'm harmonizing. It gives it that extra layer and depth. Alright, so everything together, drop sounds like this. And then I should mention these bells right here. So, we all know this melody, right? That's the Westminster Chimes melody. And the second half of that melody is. So it's just the same thing, different notes, and a little bit of harmonization happening here. So the bell is playing the main melody, piano is harmonizing. And for this little fill right here, we have gross beat makes a second appearance somehow, even though I don't like it. So it's doing this little cool gates thing. And I believe I modified Transgate 1 to have this sort of rhythm that I wanted. So let's just look at the chords for now. There we go. So you don't hear any bass because it's being high passed up. Just for this section. And then I really like when house songs do this. Like 3 very reverb snares. And we have the shooting star again. And yeah, I think that's it. Clap again. And then second half is literally the same exact thing, except I added that little downlifter weird spacey effect again. Okay, so for 4 bars, it's actually the exact same, like Control C, Control V. And then the last 2, or the next 2 bars have the snare from like the A section. And no kick. So it's kind of like winding down. And then the chords are filtering out again. Until there's nothing left. And then the lead is also getting filtered out. And which leads us back to the very beginning. And yeah, I guess that's it. Any questions or anything I missed that I should go over? Oh yeah, sidechain. We'll talk about sidechain really quick. So I like to do this really, really heavy sidechain. So you can see, like, for the first half of the beat, it's literally just like, almost like very, like, well, okay, what's the tension? 10%, 10% tension on here. So it's very heavy, and then for the second half of the beat, it's fully up. Also, Danny Goldstar, thank you for membership. And I like this sort of heavy beat because it sort of places an emphasis on the offbeat, which I find really attractive in 4 on the floor music. Also, it reminds me of like older like house bangers. All used to have this like really heavy sidechain. I instantly think of Titanium. Is that by David Guetta? I think it is. But yeah, for the drop in that song, it goes, I am titanium. And then it like super heavy sidechain on it. So So I wanted to sort of replicate that. And then you can also see here I have a second layer called alt chain. So alt chain is just a term I made up. It's not like an actual thing. It's just a second side chain. Basically for things that I don't want to be heavily sidechained. So this will be like the lead. We'll go through my alt chain, as well as some other effects. I couldn't tell you what's on there, honestly. But basically I made this because sometimes there's important information in the first half of the beat, and you don't want to exclude that important information. Otherwise it would sound like this. You can barely hear the lead on top of everything else. So I like having a separate sort of softer sidechain that I call my alt chain. And you can see it has a softer curve to it. That's big brain, thank you. I can't remember who I saw do this, but yeah, I didn't come up with the idea myself. Definitely took someone else's idea and replicated it. But yeah. And for the loop, I actually like doing two of the same thing, like literally just Control C, Control V, and then rendering the whole thing and then cutting from like here to here. And that always gets it in a perfect loop. Oh yeah, by the way, I should I should probably mention what I used to sidechain. It's just the automation clip of Fruity Balance. So you can see that in action here. Let me detach this. So you can see how differently the alt chain and the sidechain behave. Well, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I slow it down. Alright, we're going slow motion. You can see it, right? 1 BPM quarter, slowed plus reverb. Okay, wait, actually I want to try it now. Oh, Dola Kanzi, thank you, super chat. Alright, let me just put a ton of reverb on this. Wait, it's so emotional. Okay, anyways, not to get too sidetracked. Any other questions for this one before we move on to the just chatting one? Reminds me of the THX sound. Yeah. If I like detune it a bunch and then slowly undetune it. Okay, I guess no more questions then. Alright, let me... turn that off for a sec. You can appreciate the beautiful artwork behind me. This was drawn by Neoside, who is in the chat right now. One of my moderators. Yeah, I love that a lot, and I will pull up the just chatting BGM now. I really need to name my project files better. I can't find it. It was this one, right? Are you? That is BRB. Okay. I found it. How are we doing on time? It is 8 o'clock. Okay. So that first one took an hour. The next ones should go by quicker. If this one takes a while though, I might just split the stream up into 2 sections and do like a part 2 next week or something. So yeah, this is my just chatting BGM. Just test audio once again. Sound good? Yes, all good. Okay, thank you. So yeah, this has got that same intro right here of the Westminster bell sound. So sort of this theme for this one was very small and pretty and just not going too heavy on it, so it's very comfortable for me to talk over. So that was the idea behind this. So I used a lot of sine waves instead of saw waves and square waves and stuff like that. So this is a sine wave pluck that I made in Harmor. Very pretty. It's just a sine wave with volume automation and distortion. And the real beauty behind it is when you turn up OTT on it a lot, it sounds really pretty. So without OTT, it sounds like this. With OTT. And then, of course, the delay, soothe 2, and reverb combo. Gotta drink some more water. I'm not used to talking so much. Okay. And then I have the same sort of ARP that I used in the Rainbow Road. Or the pattern that I called Rainbow Road. Except just with a sine wave this time. Well, sine plus square. Wait, no, just square. Just square, my bad, just square. then that slowly filters up, but not all the way. So yeah, that's the intro. And then for the drums, I went a little bit lighter this time. I just decided to do some more chill instead of like EDM-y drums. I think I got these from a lo-fi pack. And then of course it has the same pad chops, I called it. I just rendered it out and put it back in here. And then next, I called this chords, but it's not actually chords. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this pattern. So we'll start with this. Yeah, this patch first. So I decided to arpeggiate the chords instead of making them play out in full. And then just sort of putting delay so there's like a little bit of an illusion of the chords playing in the background. Now I'm listening to it again, I get sort of like a hyper poppy vibe, but like very tame with this patch. And then actually I saw someone in the chat mention Super Mario Galaxy OST earlier, and I actually took inspiration from the menu music in Super Mario Galaxy, the one that goes like, wait, let me turn on my one that goes like this. Something like that. I don't know the exact note. But yeah, I really liked how that sounded. It sounded very spacey. So I decided to try and replicate that here. Oh, JR, thank you membership! Not thank you for. Thank you membership. Yeah, and then that plays throughout, and then last but not least, we have this sound that you can't even hear until the crystallizer kicks in. So this is just the half sapphires preset on crystallizer. If I turn off crystallizer, you can hear the normal sound is just very, very small sine wave. And then you turn on crystallizer and it just like keeps looping. What happens is it recycles that sound and it shifts it up. And here I have it shifting up 1200 cents, which is a full octave. So it just keeps going up and up and up. Oh, and thank you membership, Shodo Brendan. And it gets this like super pretty atmosphere sound in the background, which I like a lot. So that's it for that chords, and then for some reason I have another pattern called chords. So these are actual chords because I thought it seemed a little bit empty. So this is a preset that I found on Flex. It's called Illumin Sun. I like it a lot. I think it comes with default FL. And then what I did was just turn down the cutoff on the filter. I love the sound a lot. This is the sound I actually used in Aurora, which we can also do a track breakdown of that in the future sometime, like the Fairy Tale EP. Yeah, that's also going. So the two of these combine. Oops. Oh, it's still muted. And then can't forget the bass. I think this is literally just a sine wave with saturation and compression. The usual. Oh, okay, I guess it's sort of like an 808. There's a volume curve to it. So yeah, if you're not wearing headphones or if you don't have subwoofers, I just talked over silence. But yeah, very, very low sub bass just to kind of support everything. So for this one, I just tried to keep it simple, not too many crazy chord changes. So the chord progression actually stays the same throughout the whole thing, just so it stays calm and it's like you don't get distracted by the music because this is meant to be in the background. There's that, and then of course the melody. So I feel like I have to talk about this, but I have been obsessed with this artist called Metro Mew. I'm sure you saw them on my inspirations page on my debut, right? But anyways, Metro Mew has been just like popped up on my Spotify recommended one day, and I was just like taken aback at how pretty and how simple the songs were, but they were so pretty. And they have really, really small leads or like plugs that they use in a lot of their music. So I tried to just channel that sort of energy, and that's where I got most of the inspiration for this song from. And then that's the lead sound that was also used here. That's the same patch. And then all together it sounds like this. And yeah, I guess that's it for the A section because it just keeps looping. And then here, just the drums cut out. And then that arp comes back just to transition into the next section. So here's the interesting, well, I guess more interesting, I don't know, that's up for debate, but we go into like a halftime section here, which again, I was probably thinking of the Do Re Mi edit from Second Sky. But yeah. So it keeps a lot of the same elements as the A section. So we got that Mario Galaxy effect. Same bass. And then the chords, same chords, except that little arpeggiation, like low mid range thing is gone now. And then the lead has been replaced by an actual lead and not a plug. So again, this is based on a sine wave again. Just got... Actually, it's literally just a sine wave with pitch bend, portamento across the notes. And then my beloved effector lo-fi setting on the bottom left with delay and reverb. And then here I'm modulating the vibrato over here. Take a look at this knot. Yeah. Oh, someone asked, is that sound from the FL Studio, or you also use your own, I guess that means instruments? This is all synthesized. And I just use my mouse and keyboard. Like, typing keyboard. Like, yeah. Not musical keyboard. Typing keyboard. I do have a MIDI keyboard, and I do have instruments as well. We'll get into that over for the thanks for watching BGM. I think I can talk about that a little bit. But yeah, this is all synthesized. I just like put the notes in. Most of the time I'm too lazy to record anything anyways. And then, yeah, okay, so the drums, halftime drums. I think what really makes this section is the hi-hat loop over here. I like doing lots of really fast runs to make it sound like trap. And then this is like a future bassy snare. And then over here, the kick just like fades in. And then it loops back. But yeah, that's about it. There's really not too much going on in this one, which I think is the beauty of this one. It kind of keeps it simple, easy to talk over, and just overall relaxing, just something you can listen to for a long time. I could listen to this for days. Exactly! That's what I was going for. So yeah, any questions on this one? I went through it kind of quickly. Oh, I meant questions relating to this track in particular, by the way. For those have a general question, you can ask those over on my Discord server, and I will answer them when I can. So yeah, I'm just sort of seeing general questions, so I guess we can move on to the next one, which is BRB. And what a good segue to go into BRB because I have to be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break, get some more water, and just like breathe for a little bit because I'm still very nervous. Oh yeah, there's the Discord link by the way. Thank you, cool username. Wait, can I pin that? I'm gonna pin that. Have to do and it's in the description as well. But yeah, I'm gonna take a very short break, get some more water, and I will be right back with the BRB BGM. So, BRB, I guess. And we're back. Okay, so good transition, right? Okay, I haven't been keeping up with chat actually. BRB into BRB, exactly. Love that pitch bend towards the end of the phrase. I'm so glad you noticed. I will talk about that in just a second. Why was that BGM so good? You're about to find out right now. Alright, so this one again was inspired by Metromute. It was mostly like the last song on their EP, which is called Eclair Groove. Such a cute name. That one, and also another artist I've been listening to a lot called Ink Trans, make a lot of really cute and slightly jazzy music. So yeah, it just starts off with this little percussion loop that I made. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. A little rim shot that's got the clave rhythm from like bossa nova. So that goes ta 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 ta. And then that's playing throughout. And then this sort of melodic element to it. So this is just a little sound that I found in the Hyper Potions Splice pack. And then I just pitched them. And then I have snaps here, but they're actually being velocity changed. So it's got a slightly different groove as the the rim shots. So it's like kind of offset by like half a beat. I don't know if my mic is even in sync with FL Studio right now. But yeah, it's on the off beats. So this one and the rim shots kind of go together. And then little small hi-hats. And then oh yeah, shaker, and then yeah, shaker is also being velocity changed. I don't know how to say that. Velocity like varied velocity to kind of make it seem like an actual shaker. Because normally with like a shaker rag you would do it forward and then backwards, and then they have like different sounds. So I just did that with like the volume as well as the pitch, just like one semitone. And then random percussion here. This is from the Tech Vision pack, number 3, I believe. And then it's called Casio button, but it sounded just clicky and nice. So I gave that a bit of a rhythm as well. Can confirm have egg shaker. Thank you. Thanks for the vouch. And then that plays for 2 bars, and then the bass line comes in, which is like absurdly like heavy for some reason. I just like put that in there and I was like, wait, this kind of sounds good. It's like funny. Oh wait, I muted it, my bad. But yeah, I should say that I was sort of going for like a bossa nova feel. Just like how I mentioned the clave rhythm earlier, the bass has also got that bossa nova rhythm, so it's 1 E and no wait, 1 and 2 and so 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1. Oh, don't say the bass has dumpy. Oh my god, I'm mad at Irene for putting that one in the chat. But yeah, it's very, very heavy and like super loud in the sub range. Look at that EQ. But yeah, apparently this bass is called Say So bass. It's kind of like 808y. Oh my god, it's so aggressive. And then I just like EQ'd it out. Opposite of Say So bass. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. But yeah, it just plays the bass line from the actual main theme. And then it plays just 3 very... Okay, actually it stops. Full stops. And then it plays 3 little toms. Which leads it into the actual main theme. So we'll talk about the chords first. So this one I actually did record myself playing keyboard, just to kind of give it some like humanness to it. Very jazzy. And yeah, you can see that they have like a slight roll to them because I actually did play them on my keyboard, recorded through MIDI. Yeah. And then the actual chords that have a rhythm. So we'll talk about this sine wave chord first. So the vibrato is on the envelope, so the longer notes actually get vibrato towards the tail end of the note. And of course, who could forget my beloved effector lo-fi effect. Gives it that slight buzziness. And then over here, I have a very, very, very small piano. Wait. It's so tiny. So this is the closed grand piano that comes with the default FL. You can find it... Okay, wait, I'm in my anime anime sound folder. Whoops. Didn't mean to show that. Where is it? Okay, it's over in packs, instruments, keyboard, and then closed grand. You just drag that over here, over to the channel rack, and you got a very, very nice sounding piano. I'll just show it off a little bit. Every time I use VR, I just put my controllers on my. I have nowhere else to put them, so they're just. But yeah, this piano is. That is on the wrong thing. Has a very, very nice sound to it, even though it's just the sound font that you load up in DirectWave. It's super pretty. Live playing, let's go. Maybe I'll do a piano stream tomorrow. I was actually thinking of what streams to do tomorrow, but yeah. Don't want to take up too much time there. Yeah, basically the point is very, very pretty piano sound that I just turned into a baby piano instead. So what I did was just make the notes very short and then turn down the release time. So you can get a very choppy sound, which you hear in like a lot of like electro house and stuff. Or you can like turn the pedal on forever if you do that. Yeah, I just went with a very, very short release time. And these two kind of work in conjunction with each other. So the piano comes in on the downbeat every time, and then the other two times it comes in the middle of the long notes. And then it kind of sounded too dry by itself. But I didn't want to add reverb because I wanted this song to sound like very, very small and like way too dry. So I just added that electric piano in the background. And of course we still have the drum loop and the bass line. Except we added some extra drums this time. So this is the actual bossa nova sort of rhythm. It's kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. And again, very, very small drums. I turned this out knob all the way up, so it's the release of the tail is like just completely gone. Oops. I think I just loaded up a file on accident. Let me reload the project file. I think I just messed it up. One sec. Okay, we back. Oh, are you self-taught? Yes and no. I took jazz piano lessons for like 1 year-ish back in middle school. And I understood none of it and I hated it so much I just like cried one day and just never went back to lessons. And then but I was like, but jazz piano is so fun, like all the chords is so pretty and stuff. So I sort of just like started transcribing on my own. And so I'd say I'm like 75% self-taught, and then the other 25. So I got like a head start for your lessons. Yeah. And then the drums together here sound like this. Like kind of like brings it all together. And yeah. So some extra stuff down here. So this is just a like little sleigh bell. It's got a tiny bit of reverb already on the sample, but I didn't add any extra. Again, I wanted to keep it super dry. And yeah, I normally like to add a crash cymbal at the beginning of like every 4 or 8 bar phrase, just to kind of give it that impact. But a crash cymbal was way too much in this situation, so I was like, what kind of sounds like a crash cymbal, but isn't actually a crash cymbal? So yeah, I went with that. And then this is very, very small synth sounds. This is really a really cute sound. It's just like a little bubbly ARP. And it's all the way in the right side of your ear. And then there's a small chord on the left side of your ear. And that just plays every 2 bars. I don't know, I thought it was a cool addition. And then, of course, the main course is the lead of this section. So this is kind of like a based on like a third derivative. So the melody in the BRB was based on the melody in Now Loading. So I'm actually going in order of when I made them, by the way. So I made Now Loading first, and then I took that melody and then kind of messed with it, messed with the rhythms and timings for the Just Chatting. And then I took that melody and made it extremely short for this BRB BGM. And of course, had to include some funny samples as well. Keep misclicking today. I like this funny little drum. Oh, Alice the Snowpix, thank you membership. So yeah, this actually, if anyone knows the game Neko Atsume, it's like a mobile game where you just raise cats and like feed them and stuff. It's a very cute game. But I actually found the sound files of that game online, and I downloaded them. And this one was in there, so I was like, oh my god. I need to throw that in somewhere. So that went in here. Oh my god, Neko Atsume fans. Alright, chat, drop your favorite cat. I don't know what mine is. I think I'm gonna have to go with Peaches. The heart on its back is just like too cute. Okay, anyways, Neko Atsume discourse. Um But yeah, and then it just loops again here. POV, you get bonked. Bonk. You have a Peaches plush? Oh my god. Send me a picture. I love Peaches. Oh, is that what DJ Cecil uses for censor sounds? No, that's actually another Nya sample. That's in my anime sounds folder. But yeah. Second time around, same chords, same everything. Except the drums just cut out right here. And then I add the Synthion Comet ARP, Shooting Star ARP. So this is just done, same notes, just done with a sine wave. And then added delay. I think there's a bit of saturation on it as well. Or not. I think it just sounds like that because of my mastering. And then same exact thing over here, except it cuts off 2 beats earlier. And actually, okay, this is a pretty funny story. So this is like the rhythm is consistent when the drums just stop. And okay, so have any of you guys ever played in a band? And if so, have you ever messed up on like when everyone's like supposed to stop playing and you're like the only one that keeps playing? Isn't it like super awkward and then like super embarrassing? So I tried to sort of personify that with the lead. So it's the only thing that like stays after this huge break right here. So it's like, oh frick, I'm the only one playing, but I need to finish my phrase. So it plays, but it's like slightly out of time. And I think No mentioned it earlier, but there's like that very, very subtle pitch bend. Sounds a little out of tune. So yeah, that's sort of where I got that idea from. Can't listen to this without getting secondhand embarrassment anymore. No. But yeah, it was supposed to be like, okay, this one stops at beat 3. So what if I made this one stop earlier? And then this lead got embarrassed because it thought it was stopping on beat 3 again. I don't know, I like to weirdly personify my leads like that. And then it just doesn't play for the next section. It goes into a this pluck sound is very nice and takes over for the lead that mess up and needs 8 bars to sort of recoup itself. So this pluck sound comes in. And takes us back to the beginning. So there's a bit of a reharm going on here. Reharm means reharmonization, by the way. So actually, let's talk about these chords first. So This is based on the 2-5-1 progression, 2 minor, 5-7, 1. And then except over here I did the 5-7 of 2. So I'm sorry if you don't know like music theory terms, I'll try and go over it like a little quickly. But basically 2 minor, 5, 1. It's a very jazzy progression and it's like pretty much like the foundation of jazz. So I have that going. And then over here, I'm like, that was a little boring to just kind of keep throughout. So over here, I start with the 4 chord. And it's kind of like a 2-5. It's like 4 steps away in the scale. Going 4 steps up. And then I use like the sub 5 relationship to go back down to the A minor here. And then over here, I forgot why I use this chord. Oh yeah, okay, so this is the would this be the we're in key of C. I think this would be considered the sub 5 of the 5-7. And then in between I interpolated a 2-5-7. So that's supposed to go into this one. But I just added the 2 in between. And yeah, that's about it. Sorry for going off on that little music theory tangent. And yeah, any questions for this one? That was a bit of a quick. Okay, I see no questions. So let us move to the final BGM, which is thanks for watching. So I will get that pulled up right now as I take a sip of water. Alrighty. So this is the shortest one of the 4, but I think it's probably one of my favorites. This one's a bit quiet. Thank you membership, Noriboshi Ariel channel. Thank you. Oh, asking questions is hard when you're so thorough about your thoughts behind composition. Thank you. I try to be in depth, but not too in depth, so it's not like boring, you know? Actually, maybe it is still boring to some people. But yeah. So this one, I just tried to keep it piano focused. I think I started off with piano on this one. Oh, that's not the piano. That's not the piano either. The piano's over here. So I just recorded this on my piano. I was just like improvising. And I came up with this idea, which I ended up liking a lot. So I turned my metronome on and recorded this. And oh, okay, so I used Contact for this one. This is the Grandor. Probably my favorite piano. Sounds very pretty. I'm sorry for constantly clearing my throat. Ugh. It is hard to speak for 2 hours straight. Any tips for making this piano sound more realistic? So I record my own piano through MIDI. So one thing I noticed is having it not be perfectly quantized helps, and also keeping the velocity a little bit varied. I think a big thing that a lot of people overlook when they're adjusting velocity is even on like notes where 2 different notes are playing, you can have 2 different velocities for that for each different note. So yeah, that helps. Except I actually quantized this one because my timing is pretty bad. Or at least for this recording it was. So yeah, I did quantize it, except for these like little grace notes right here. So yeah. I'm going to clear my throat again. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that's like the main sort of recording I started off with. And then I was like, okay, I want to add, I think next I added the strings. Or maybe I added the drums. I think I added the drums next. So it sounds like this. Very lo-fi, very chill. Are you okay? Yes, I am okay. I'm just not used to speaking for a long time. I'm a bit of a shut-in, so I don't have a lot of experience talking for long periods of time. So yeah, these drums, and then I thought it needed a little bit something more, so I added a clock ticking sound. So I added that, and then I was like, okay, piano, drums. To complete the holy trinity of backing tracks, we need strings. So I I use this technique in Wii, which you can listen to on my channel. Um, but yeah, so I mentioned in my debut stream that I play the double bass, and it's actually the only string instrument I own. So I can't really record entire string sections, except I can. So this is a normal double bass. The recording's a little messy. Also, it's a little quiet. Let me turn it up a bit. So there's the double bass. And here's the cello. Just kidding, it's not a cello, it's a double bass just pitched up an octave. Isn't that cool? It sounds like a real cello. And of course, the beauty of being a producer, I can fix minor intonation errors with automation clips. And then over here, I added a lot more layers. So yeah, it ends up sounding really cool. I actually got this idea from Fritz. If any of you know Fritz's music, they use so I believe Fritz plays the violin, and they posted a clip of them playing a violin and then just pitching it down to make a full orchestra sound. I was like, wait, I have the opposite end. Will it work for double bass too? And then I just tried it, and it ends up sounding like a full string section. Which is amazing because I only have the double bass. I'm sure it would sound better with actual instruments, by the way, but this is sort of my cheap workaround. And then last but not least, we have the actual melody, which I called chord, but it's not actually a chord. Oh wait, actually, the actual melody is here. So this actually is a chord. Never mind. Scratch that. So we'll go over this first. So this is all Spitfire Labs, which is a free... Well, so Labs is a free library player, and all of the libraries that you can get for Labs are free, which is amazing. You can find them on Spitfire Audio's website, and basically it's like scrapped libraries that they never ended up releasing, and they just give it out for free, which is so generous. I love using these so much. So we'll go one layer at a time. This is called Whirly Heaven. It's got like a sort of harp-like quality to it. Has a very thin layer on top as well. Very pretty. And then over here we have the Opia pack, which I believe is just like random stuff that they couldn't classify into something else. This is called piano granular. Yeah, very, very pretty. Has a little bit of a delay effect already on it. And I think all of these labs are being routed to my sidechain channel, which doesn't do it. And then this is pad number 5. This is probably my favorite pad in labs. So this is actually the melody in the B section that I just sort of put in the background of all of this. So that's one thing I like to do in a lot of my music, is sort of introduce the melody before it actually comes. So it's sort of like musical foreshadowing. I like to think of it that way. And then all together sounds like this. Oh wait, we didn't talk about this, the music box. So this just took the melody from the piano, added a bit of harmony and a second layer octave, as well as just the bass notes from the chords. Kind of gives it that like lullaby feeling, like you're going to sleep, or you're like going into dreamland, which is why I use this sound to start off Fairy Tale EP. But yeah, I thought it worked very nicely for a stream outro BGM. And altogether it sounds like this. And then for this B section, it keeps a lot of the same elements. The music box gets replaced with the Harmer bell sound that I talked about earlier, but just very, very quiet. And that's the same same melody as pad number 5. And then for the piano, the melody, or the right hand, moves up an octave here. Whoops. And then added a choir. So the thing about this choir is I liked to kind of I know there's a word for this. Stagger. I like to stagger the notes, so none of them are starting at the same time. So all of them start at the same time at the beginning, and then this one goes. So we'll call this the soprano, alto, tenor voice. So on in the middle of beat 1, or in the middle of bar 1, tenor voice changes. On the downbeat of bar 2, soprano voice changes. And then middle of bar 2, tenor and alto change. And then beginning of bar 3, soprano and alto change. Basically, you got the idea. So not all three of them are changing at the same time. So it kind of all flows together very nicely. Yo, that accidental highlight thing has actually given me a lot of ideas for tracks. Yeah, I can see some stuttery piano making like a breakcore remix of this or something. Um, yeah. Yeah, that was so good. Thank you. Yeah, I really like when piano just goes across like the same octave. So this is like doing the melody with the G and the G on top. G on bottom and G on top. It's like kind of going up and down and up and down. Yeah. So I guess that's all the new stuff in this section, other than the strings. Oh, almost forgot this. So I wanted some extra texture in the B part. So I believe I took a, yeah, this is also Labs granular whirly, and just added crystallizer on it, just to give it that little octave texture thing. Sounds kind of creepy by itself. Oh my god, why did I make this one so long? I just kept zooming out. But yeah, that's about it. It's only 45 seconds long for each section, compared to the 1 minute for all my other BGMs. Sonar, like, yeah, that's a good way to put it. So yeah, any questions for this one? I think I covered everything. Drums stay consistent. Oh, how'd you get the music box sound? Good question. I forgot to show that. It is also Labs, believe it or not. This is the Resonator music box. So Labs comes with 2 music boxes, or it has 2 libraries that you can get. There's a Hannah Peel music box and then the Resonator music box. I think they have like different ranges. So just pick the one that. How do you not make it sound too repetitive after a while? Having different sections like the A and B section will make it sound that much less repetitive. And also, if you're using the same chord progression for a long time, which I'm doing here, it helps to kind of keep the chord progression a little bit longer. So this is spanning over 2 bars. Well, I guess that's not that long, actually. Maybe this does sound a bit repetitive. But yeah, try and have 2 different sections that you loop over. At least 2 different sections, I should say. making music sounds hard. It's hard at first. You just have to face your fears and become your heroes. That's how you make music. Shoutouts if you got my reference. But yeah, I don't see any other questions, or do I? Oh, Labs has some libraries out the box when you download it. It does not, I believe. So you have to download every library. I think I misspoke there. So yeah, I guess that's it. We'll move on to the super chat and membership sounds. So let me close this again. And I will be switching project files. Alright. So, you've already heard the $5 or like level 1 super chat sound. Sounds like this. So I just tried to use some sounds that I used in across the other BGMs. So this is the sine wave pluck with the effector on it and crystallizer and whatnot. Again, trying to use common themes throughout all of this. Also, while I was working on this, I had the talking BGM underneath it so that I could see if it would like stand out enough. Yeah, level 1 doesn't stand out too much, but that's okay because it's level 1. The level 2 is, I think, starting from $10 and above. So this one sounds like this. It's just level 1 with a few extra steps. So now it's got a reverse thingy. And it's got 2 extra notes with a piano at the end. And then level 3, I believe, is for $20 and above. Oh god. I forget that Contact always like refreshes the tuning. Yeah, everything's still in C major plus 50 cents. This is level 3, it's got strings now, and a sleigh bell at the end. And then the piano chord is a lot bigger. And then level 4 is for $50 and above. So the way I like sort of space them out is just by super chat colors. So this is blue and teal. I think this is yellow, $10, and then orange is $20. Purple or pink is $50. And then red is $100. So for the $50 one, I added a little bit of synths because $50 is like, that's like a lot of money, right? So you gotta make it extra special. So it has that little Synthion art just opening up. And then it has an extra bass note on the piano, as well as an impact. Making the sounds in sync key as a BGM is actually such a big brain move. Yes, I'm so glad you noticed because I wanted everything to kind of fit together. Except after I was done with all of this, the one thing I sort of noticed was that if this If these like sounds play on top of like C major music, it'll sound a little bit out of tune. So if I shift this back to C major, oh god, it's gonna stretch. Okay. These will sound a little out of tune. Which is a little bit awkward, but like, if anything, it'll stand out more. So, whatever. I will continue using it. And then the grand finale, the $100 super chat, sounds like the. Should I keep it a secret until someone actually donates? Maybe it'll be incentive. But the breakdown wouldn't be complete if I didn't go over this one. Should I play it? Play. Okay. my antics did not work. Yeah, I will play it. So this is the same thing except it has a little bit of a cadence at the end, so it sounds like this. Isn't that so cool? So it's C and then A flat, B flat, C. So it does like the little epic cadence to it, and then it has a re-space at the end, fading out, and then it also has this really long arp. Yeah. That's the last time you'll ever hear that. Until someone donates an Akasupa red super chat. Yeah, so those are the 5 levels of super chat, and for membership, I got kind of lazy. I just did one level. I actually can assign different levels to like different months. Like if you've been like if it's like your 3rd month resubbing to membership, then I can make it like bigger, but I just went with a simple Synthion comment art with the sleigh bell sound just in the background. So yeah, that's the sound effects. Any questions? I just sort of skimmed over those, so yeah. Yeah, that's sort of the sound I was going for, assertive. It's like shooting star, because it's the membership is called Nova, which means the birth of a star. So very fitting. Oh, how did you get that bassy noise? It's just a re-space. Oops. Hey, and there's a sound again. Thank you membership to XOX1. So yeah, just a re-space, very distorted saw wave with distortion and compression, the usual. Yeah, I guess that's it. Um, yeah, that'll do it for today's breakdown, I guess. We got through it relatively fast, I think. It's been what, 2 hours and a half? So yeah, went by a lot quicker than I thought it would, which is nice. Alrighty, we'll go back to my room. Oh, thank you, Super Chat. Romeo Gilbert, thank you. Yeah, let's go back now. So yeah, now we'll be reading some super chats from yesterday's debut stream. I got so many, so thank you so much. I'll be reading them all out now. I felt so bad that I couldn't read them out yesterday, but I'm glad I have the chance to do that now. Open up those. But yeah, the actual track breakdown ends here. But if you want to hang out while I read some super chats, then I would really appreciate your company. Alrighty. Oh, we'll start from the bottom then. Alright, so the first super chat was by Dandy. Dandy Floss. Thank you so much. Dandy Floss is a good friend of mine. She sort of got me into VTubing and stuff. She says, "You got this, hun. Best of luck." She's so sweet. I love her so much. So thank you, Dandy. Next one is from Interim Descriptor. Says, "Good luck, have fun." I had so much fun. This might be the same descriptor, or I don't know. There's a descriptor in Discord that has been pretty active, so might be them. I don't know. But regardless, thank you for the super chat. Skotua says, "Congratulations." Thank you. I got so many messages of congratulatory messages yesterday. It was almost overwhelming, but I do appreciate all of them, so thank you. Thank you, super chat. Next one is from Sad Egg. Says, "Hi." Hello. Well, actually, I haven't chat. I'm gonna say lurking, but wanna say you and your energy are a big inspiration to start taking my hobbies more serious. Aw, super glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm honestly don't consider myself like too. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I am an inspiration because I'm just like, you know, I'm just like here. I'm just like doing my thing, and it ends up inspiring people, which is super awesome to see. It helps me keep going. Thank you for that. Alright, next up, Rabbit. No message, but thank you, super chat. And the next one is from Velvet, one of my first members on the channel. Says, "Let's go." Thank you, super chat. Next one is from Deltonator. Says, "Let's get this debut shaped bread. Let's get this bread." I did get the bread. Oh, thank you, super chat from Shoto Brendar. I will read all of today's as well at the end. Why not? So I will read your message at the end. But for now, we continue onwards with In Order. So next one is from John Goal. Thank you very much. Next one is from... I don't know how to say that, but... PKMMTEXELEON says meow. Thank you for super chat. Next one is from Bryn. Bryn says, you are an inspiration in so many ways, Synthion. Sending so much love. I am sending even more love back. Thank you so much. Next one is from Genus Hoffing. Sent a super sticker. Oh, that's cute. Next one is from Freshly Cooked Omelet. What a cute name. Says, our favorite blue dwarf star. Aw. Thank you. And the next is from 11 Wave. Says, lots of love. Even more love back to you. Thank you, super chat. Alright, next one from Yao Bedouin. Says, I love all of your songs. My favorites are Orbit and Compito. I like both of those songs as well. Even though they're a bit older, I still think those two stand out a lot from that era. But thank you. James Cal. Another super sticker says woot. Let's go. And then another one from Deltonator. Wow. Says chasing the starlings. Yeah, starlings does have a very similar spelling to starlight. And next one from UC says Drake clapping gif. Thank you so much, UC 언니. She's been a great friend of mine for a while now. And actually one of my only Korean friends. But yeah, thank you so much. Next one from Tobiyoshi says, thank you for the amazing debut, Synth Ion. Also, thanks for that one time I got to interview you for uni. Passed that class, by the way. Yay! So glad to hear that. Yeah, I did do an interview. They reached out over email asking if they could. Yeah, thank you so much, Tobiyoshi. Next is from Neela, the vocalist of Driftcat. Neela says, I love you. Oh my god, I love you too, Neela. I love you more. Thank you so much. Next is from Golden Tatsu, another one of my VTuber friends. Says, congrats on the debut. Thank you so much, Tatsu. We gotta play Apex again sometime. Yeah, thank you. Next is from NetConnected. Says, amazing stream, model, room, BGM. Everything is so comfy. Yay! Thank you so much. I'm glad you think so, too. And yeah, I've totally been neglecting chat again. Let me read through. You're becoming a total inspiration for me. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad to just be inspiring, I guess. Even while I'm just like, you know, doing my own thing. That's a really nice, I guess, byproduct of doing what I do, which is nice. And yeah, all of the streams are going to be saved. Oh, I will mention that all of these super chats from the debut stream will be going to the artist, by the way. Except for Assertive, who has generously decided to let me have their share. So thank you so much, Assertive. That means so much to me. Okay, let's continue. Next one is from Interim Descriptor again. It says, GG, well played, congrats. I like how their first one was good luck, have fun, and then the second one is GG, well played. Thank you. Next super chat is from Mackenzie Richlark. Says Troy. This must have been during Similar Outskirts set. Thank you. Next two do not have any message. They are from Meta Dharmawan. Thank you so much for the double super chat. Thank you. Next one is from Senna De Silva. Says, this is honestly the best day of my life so far. Thank you, Synthion and others for making this happen. Thank you for coming and partying with us. Loved having you. Thank you. And then, of course, the next one is from Similar Outskirts, the man himself. Says, finally returning that money from the Venmo thing months ago, lol. So, this is really funny. So, if you don't know, Similar Outskirts and I are really good friends. And one day he just sent me like a Venmo request for $20 and was like, or I think it wasn't even $20, it was probably like $2 or something. And he was just like, give me money. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then I actually fulfilled that request. And then he's like, okay, I'll pay it back to you at some point. And I was like, just pay it back through me through Super Chat. So he did, but it's all going back to him instead, so haha, joke's on you. Catching up on chat again. You know Katori? Of course I know Katori! They played for the debut. Oh, you should show the super chats as you read them. I want to kind of keep the amount hidden, so I don't like, you know, compare how much someone sent to another person. Yeah, let's continue forward. Next super chat is from Rox Wendy, who was the VJ for Assertive Set. Says, "Grats on the live 2D debut. Enjoy the VJ tonight." Thank you so much, Wendy. I enjoyed your visual work so much on Assertive Set. Honestly, the production of that entire set was just mint. It was so well produced and well done. It just came out so well. So thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Super Chat. Next one is from Adrian T. Says, Illy too. Thank you, Super Chat. And then another one from Senna De Silva. Says, loving this set so much and all the energy that comes with it. Which emoji do you want to claim Assertive? I believe Assertive actually responded to this one with the donut emoji. And speaking of which, the next super chat is from Deltonator again. So generous, well. Sends a bunch of donut emojis. So thank you both to Deltonator and Senna De Silva. And, okay, actually, the next one is also part of the chain. From Assertive himself, says, let's go, Synthion. Thank you so much for inviting me to perform and congratulations on the debut. Thank you so much, Assertive. I'm just so happy that, like, not just Assertive, but like every one of the performers just like agreed to play in the first place, and then ended up delivering such an amazingly performed and produced set. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much to Assertive again for playing such a banger set for us. And yeah, again, super generous of you to not take your share of the super chats, by the way. I really appreciate that. But yeah, going forward. Next is from P-Word Painting. aka Irene, says, Queen, I love you. Congrats on your debut. Thank you so much, Irene. I love you too. Thank you, Super Chat. And, oh my god, so many names I recognize. Next one is from Hyleo. Says, you are shining so bright, sis. I'm standing so hard. Let's go, Synthion. Thank you so much, Hyleo. Really glad you could make it, and thank you so much for supporting me so much over all the years. Oh my god, my voice is getting so worn out. But we can get through the rest of this. Let's go. Next one is from Pico. Again, this is just going straight back to you, but Pico says big love. Thank you. Love you too, Pico. Thank you, Super Chat. Next one is from Neon Cat. Says, apologies for length, but I just want to thank you, Synthion. You and music have changed my life for the better, and I can't thank you enough. What an amazing stream and DJ set. No need to apologize for the length. And thank you so much for the super chat. I am glad to be making any sort of impact, big or small, on you. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for your support. I've been seeing you a lot in the Discord server as well. Thank you. Next is from Noriboshi Ariel channel, who is right here in the chat, I believe. Says, never heard of you, already hooked. Pro as heck. Thank you. I'm glad there were actually like a lot of people that have never heard of me before that showed up to the debut. And I'm glad you think I'm a pro. That means a lot. Thank you. Next is from the God of Lemurs. Says, thank you, Synthion, for putting out such amazing bangers. Thank you for listening to them and thinking they are bangers. Thank you, Super Chat. Right, next is from Lack. Just sends a heart emoji. Well, heart for you as well. I'm sorry the actual illustration of the heart didn't pop up on stream when you sent that, but heart for you. Actually, you got a blush emoji, or blush. What is it? Expression. Yeah, thank you. Next is from Deltonator again. Oh my god, this is like the fourth one. Says, thank you, Synthion. Thank you so much for all the super chats and support and showing up and partying with us. I appreciate you. Oh wait, Hyleo's in the chat right now. And so is Irene. Oh my god, thank you both. Again, really appreciate you supporting me so much. Alright, next up. What is free will? Says, this stream has been so much fun. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the super chat. And hope you have more fun on future streams. Alright. Next up we have Jerry Cortez. Says, on a solo road trip right now, but all of these bangers make me feel less alone. Proud to be a starling. Aw, I'm so happy you are a starling. And wow, a solo road trip. That sounds very relaxing. I should take one of those one day. But yeah, glad to have kept you company throughout the road trip, and hope your travels were safe. Thank you, Super Chat. Next up is Angel Channel. Says, you should be so proud, Synthion. This event is amazing. Everyone put so much effort into their sets. This has been so incredibly fun. Thank you so much, and I'm glad my efforts were recognized, as well as everyone else who contributed a set. Couldn't have done it without them. And I'm honestly just happy that everything worked out and everything went smoothly and everything that I prepared just like came out to be expected. So thank you for recognizing that. Thank you, Super Chat. Next up from Interim Descriptor again, says GG well played. You're our hero. Oh my god. No. You stuck around through the whole thing, so you are my hero. And no changes to that. No Uno reverse cards for that. Thank you, Super Chat. And thank you for your generosity. Right, next up from Pencil Lover 12 says thank you. No, thank you. You are very generous. Thank you, Super Chat. And then, oh, second to last from that stream, from cool username herself. She says, thanks for everything. No. Thank you for being a moderator and keeping the chat super clean. As well as the Discord server, I couldn't have done it without you and all the other mods. So thank you so much for helping me throughout the whole process, and also through staying with me for my test streams. I really appreciated that, and I fixed so many things because y'all were there to help me out. So thank you, cool username. Thank you to all my mods. I love you all. And thank you, Super Chat. Alright, and last but not least, from Cakebot says, I found your music a bit ago, and oh my god, you've been my favorite artist easily. I've been sharing your music with my girlfriend, and we've both been in love with your music. You're so awesome. You are even more awesome. Thank you so much for your super chat and generosity. Thank you, Super Chat. Alright, quick water break while I read the chat. Oh, random tweet by a Rick artist. 1 in a million chance I ended up there, but I did, and I'm so glad. Really, I'm glad you're following Sleepy Papa, or like maybe you weren't even following, but like browsing the hashtag or something. But glad you could make it here. Really glad to have you on the stream. Not gonna lie, I low-key like the namey spam. Okay, that was me who disabled the embeds, okay? Not the mods. They don't take blame for that. I do. So if anything, be mad at me for disabling embeds. And woo, mods shout out. Yeah, shout out to the mods again. They are the best mods in the whole wide world. Synthion avatar looks like she's taking a deep breath when you drink LOL. Really? Let me try again. Maybe it sorta does. It looks like I'm like chewing on something. Okay, now that my voice is a little bit rested, I will continue forward with the supers from this stream. There aren't too many, so this should be quick. Sana da Silva again says, I wonder what the super chat sounds like. You found out today. Thank you so much for your super chat and generosity. Thank you, Super Chat. Classified says, I'm sorry I didn't make it to your debut stream. I read this one out loud, but again, don't worry about it. And if you want to, go back and watch the VOD, because all the performances were amazing. Yeah, don't feel bad for missing a stream or anything like that. Just glad to have you here, even if it's a VOD or a future stream or anything. Even just like in the comments. Really appreciate you being here. And again from Sana da Silva, oh my god, says, don't worry, you're doing amazing. Thank you so much. I actually really needed that. I was very nervous. It's still my second stream, so the nerves haven't gone away yet. And then next from Dola Kanzi sends a super sticker. Oh, that's a cute one. It's so small on my screen. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Super Chat. And then Romeo Gilbert says, checking Discord. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but I will check Discord after the stream. So yeah, thank you, Super Chat. Alright. We got some new ones in, so let me refresh real quick. Okay. Last two. So next one is from Shoto Brendan. It says, thanks for the breakdown of the BGM tunes today. As someone that has zero musical skill, it was fascinating to see how it's put together. Thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you really enjoyed it. And yeah, even like if you don't know music, I'm glad you found it entertaining, which is a good thing because I thought I would be boring. Thank you, Super Chat. And then the last one is from Wherefore. It says, meant to Super Chat from this channel, LMAO. Really love watching your debut. Really excited to see. I'm gonna assume that's a typo. Really excited to see where things go from here. So glad you could make it, and I'm glad you got the right channel this time. Thank you, Super Chat, and really glad you enjoyed the debut. Okay, I think that is everything. I hope I did not miss one. Oh, thank you, membership, Aura Rhythm. Alright, my voice is now gone. So I will be ending the stream very shortly, but really glad you all returned for stream number 2 on this channel. Just so happy with like the turnout on the streams and how supportive everyone's been. It really means a lot to me. And I guess that's it. Gonna be posting stream schedule later today. Whenever I'm done making it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I think I want to do a piano stream tomorrow, and then I think next week will be my first gaming stream as well. I don't know what game I should play. I've been thinking about it all week. I did buy Outer Wilds from the Steam sale not too long ago. And I think it would be very on brand to play that game, but I actually know nothing about the game other than it's like space themed. Yeah, I will do some research and I will post the schedule when it is ready. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope to chat with you on my Discord. It is pinned in the chat as well as in the description. So I hope to see you there if you're not already in there. And yeah. Oh, it's your favorite game assertive? Okay, I got the assertive sign off on it, so I'm gonna do some more research on that game. Is the stream ending? I just joined. Yes, unfortunately. The VOD will be up though. Thank you so much for coming though. But yeah, keep an eye out for stream schedule. Hope to see you in my Discord. Let's hang out. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you, my starlings. And good night, my starlings. I love that name so much. Okay, bye bye everyone. Thank you. Outro.